According to real estate reports, more than 50% people in India are homeowners, while 30% live on rent. The business of buying and renting homes often is dynamic and disorganized. Hi, I'm Ipsita. Our Mavericks today are founders who have changed all of that. They are India's leading proptech platform and the first unicorn in the segment.
I and Akhil, we were at IIT Bombay together. Akhil was my junior at IIT Bombay, same hostel, same wing. And Amit and I were at IIM Ahmedabad together, same dorm, same floor, room next to each other. So we know each other for more than 20 years now. 2007 is when I was looking for a house in Bombay. I was trying to use all the platforms, all the real estate platforms to find if I can find a house without a brokerage. Tried it for almost 2 months. Failed miserably, had to pay some, I think 40 to 43,000 rupees as brokerage. So, that was the kind of a tipping point. At that time itself, I booked this domain name NoBroker.in. So how can we solve that? That was the big idea which we had at that time.
For almost 11 months, we were seeing good traction. But when we were going to the VCs and telling that, boss, this is how this marketplace is being built, everybody was saying, wow, this is good, amazing. But nobody was ready to fund. Many times we were till the door where we had almost raised the funding. At once, we thought we'll have 3 term sheets. Very next day, Housing.com raised $90 million from SoftBank. Everybody wrote us off saying that, okay, real estate mein kuch nahi bacha hai. But we kept on pursuing it.
नो ब्रोकर जैसी चीज़ वर्ल्ड में कहीं भी नहीं है, कोई भी C2C प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है, हमेशा ब्रोकर के साथ ही होता है। तो लोग हमें पूछते थे कि यूएस में क्यों नहीं है, चाइना में क्यों नहीं है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम वन इन्वेस्टर विच वाज मतलब सीरीज इन्वेस्टर, नो इंडियन इन्वेस्टर फंडेड अस फॉर 5 years, 14 से लेकर 19 तक। लेकिन सबसे ज़्यादा मुझे लगता है फ़ायदा ये रहा है कि हम तीनों रहेंगे इस जर्नी में।
This is such a complicated and scattered market, renting, buying, leasing. How has, NoBroker really used technology and data intelligence to evolve?
We brought in stuff like travel time search. And the time when you travel, you choose that particular location where you are looking for a house and see how much time will it really take you to travel to your office if you are staying at this particular place. For the owner side, where typically brokers were saying, "आप मुझे घर दे दो, मैं आपका घर किराए पे लगवा दूँगा." We brought in certainty in terms of what is the right rent which you should get for this particular property, because market changes very, very fast. So we bring in something like Rentometer where we have the rent predictions available. A lot of data-driven intelligence when we brought in, and all this with the core that we will not have the broker onto the platform. There are a lot of SaaS products which are being built in like whole of the customer life cycle, to the field sales management, to the servicing of the customer. That is the SaaS tool which is available. So we intend to give it out as our contribution back to the startup ecosystem.
I think within the first 8 or 9 months is when your offices were attacked in 2015. What did that experience, teach you as a company?
I clearly remember it was a September afternoon when we saw some 40-50 people coming towards our office. And earlier we thought it was some procession which normally happens. But then we realized these are actually brokers who are coming to attack our office. The idea was that let's shut NoBroker today. So that was a very, very difficult experience. We had to vacate that office. For 2 months after that, we didn't have an office. We were working from makeshift offices. I think that realization slowly started coming that we're doing something right. We're creating an impact, and that's why there was a reaction. So I think that was a very important learning there. When actually the lockdown happened, of course, the transactions came to a standstill. That is a time when we were able to scale our other services rapidly because we knew real estate transactions are lesser, but people wanted to do other services. Now we are a one-stop shop. We are in the entire journey of the customer. So I think it's very important to keep listening to customer because that's what allows you to innovate and focus on the pain points of the customers.
When the COVID struck, all hell broke loose. What basically we believed was that overall NoBroker is going to do well. Whatever this is, how uncertain this is, कभी ना कभी ये solve हो जाना चाहिए. तो अभी तो टाइम है कि अपने लोगों को support करना है हमें. This is the team which basically made us come from 0 to 10. And this is the same team which needs to take it from us from 10 to 100. हर आदमी ने कोई स्पेसिफिक प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करी है. या तो उसने स्केलिंग की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करी है, या उसने अच्छी कॉल क्वालिटी की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करी है, या उसने कस्टमर का एक्सपीरियंस बेटर किया है. तो पीयर टू पीयर लर्निंग हमारा बहुत स्ट्रांग है. इट बिकम्स लेस ऑफ अ ट्रेनिंग एंड मोर ऑफ अ डिस्कशन कि अच्छा मेरे कलीग ने प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करी थी तो मैं कैसे और इसमें अच्छा कर सकता हूँ.
As a founder, you need multiple things to make your business a success. But if I said that you have 3 options, and here are your options. The first is you have a fantastic team, you have a great product, but you have no resources. Your second option would be great product, very deep resources, but not a great team. And your third option is deep funding. You have a good team, but you have a very average product. What would you pick to build your business and why?
Any day first one. And I think that is what we have done. We need a fantastic product and fantastic team because if you see NoBroker, it's a product which never existed, correct? We said we'll build something like this, and what we have been able to achieve and come this far, it's not because 3 of us have done something magical, it's because the team which we were able to build.
Amit, you often have to make hard decisions for your businesses, and so these are the following options in a tough market scenario. First is layoffs, slow down growth, be profitable. Second would be no layoffs, no growth, delay profitability. And your third would be layoffs, you fuel growth and delay profitability. What would you choose?
So option B, NoBroker as a value proposition is extremely strong. आज भी 80-90% ओनर ब्रोकर के पास जा रहे हैं. तो इतना ज़्यादा मार्केट है कॉन्कर करने के लिए और ग्रो करने के लिए कि कोई सेंस नहीं बनता कि आप शॉर्ट टर्म में ले ऑफ कर दो. तो लेट्स कीप आवर आइज ऑन द प्राइस एंड द प्राइस इज वेरी बिग.
अब तो आप लोग यूनिकॉर्न हो तो अब लोग आपको पूछते होंगे कब कर रहे हो IPO. सो हियर आर योर ऑप्शंस. फाइल फॉर IPO, you fuel growth but be answerable to investors every quarter. The second is you keep the company private, be okay with slow growth, and file an IPO only when the market conditions stabilize or when you think the time is right. And your third is forget about the IPO. Just raise funds through private investors and prioritize growth.
I would say first one. So I don't think IPO means slower growth, or I don't think private means growth at all cost. So I don't think कि ऐसा कोई black and white answer है. We would want to prepare for an IPO, get a company to that level, and then keep on growing profitably and be answerable to the investors.
So to that, when do you think that when do you think that's going to happen with you guys?
I think we'll need another couple of years to get to that stage where we'll be ready to go public.
You've heard the founders at NoBroker decode what it takes to build a successful, innovative and stable business. For more such inspirational stories, keep tuned in to Mavericks Season 3 on YourStory.
We came up with this idea of rent payment using credit cards.
We are at that cusp where we'll see a huge growth happening in the real estate industry in the next decade.
बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रांसपेरेंसी की ज़रूरत है. ये मुझे अपना स्टार्टअप खोलने से पहले नहीं पता था.